freshen your family favourite recipes? Mix it up with delicious Lemnos, feta and halloumi. Tap your range of recipe inspiration.
I think I just need to make sure we're up and running. It does. It says we're live, so I'm getting an ad at least. So I'm just streaming we're live. I see we got a $1 donation. I'll praise that once I know we're actually running. Don't want to scream my head off and then we're not actually live. We are live. $1. Thank you so much, AFL God. Thank you, bro. No, I do appreciate it though. Thank you. Yes, we're live on YouTube. Going to be jumping on Squiggle, going through every single game of the season, and yes, predicting what I think personally we're going to win. Maybe I'll get chat's input on a few games as well. But yeah, it should be a bit of a fun stream. Who we got in here? Unbranded, being as positive as usual. Coast Club, AFL God with the 1. Chris, what's going on? Just Footies, Razor Footy, what's going on? We're live. May as well try and get a few people in on through the Instagram. That'd be nice. But yeah, how's everyone been? How has everyone been? Haven't streamed in. I was going to say I haven't streamed in a while, but I did that my last stream was that fucking 14-hour stream just a few days ago. But yeah, we're gonna try and do two or three streams a week now that we're getting close to the AFL season. Pretty keen. Video coming out either tomorrow or Thursday relating to the State of Origin, so that'll be a bit of a fun video. I just got to finish editing that. Munro Jumpers with a 3. Thank you so much, bro. Congrats on the 1,000 goals. Appreciate it. First day back at footy training and fucking my whole team had seen that live stream and the clip on Instagram. So, yeah, pretty good. Pretty cool. Jaden, what's going on? May as well get Squiggle up. Ooh, do I have that border that I use, like camera border that I use for the goals? I think this is it here. It is. Nice. It's not needed, but it'll be nice to have. Shrink me down. Oh, wait. Hold up. Xander, how we going, bro? Hope we're going well. Hope we're doing well. Fuck. If it'll let me click this. Display. Should be good. Nice. Yeah, I'll try and get the chat involved with maybe like every couple games. Or if there's a hard matchup that I don't think that could really go either way, that's for the one where I might get chat involved to determine who wins. We will chuck this above. Eyes up above, earth down below, orbiting closer than we'd ever known. Space is the best, gravity's the test. We'll fly past the sky and tell Earth our goodbyes. Alright. Pop that there. Nice. Very easy. Now let's pull up Squiggle if we can. Squiggle AFL. Alright. So when's the 10,000 goals? In your dreams, mate. No chance I'm doing that. There is absolutely zero chance you're going to catch me dead doing that, alright? Do we just get straight into it, you reckon? I reckon we do. Everyone, leave a like on the stream. Got 10 in. What's going on, B Edits? Alright, so obviously to kick off the season, Sydney v Carlton, opening rounds, SCG, big game. You're on a Mac? I am on a Mac. I got it for my birthday, actually. It's pretty good. Runs pretty smoothly. A lot smoother than my other laptop. Happy birthday, Skipper. Everyone say happy birthday to Skipper in the chat. He's just turned 18 today, so he's out getting pissed, and he's at the clubs, and he's at the forbidden GDA ice cream parlour. Yeah, so anyway, Sydney v Carlton, the Charlie Kerner Cup. I think Sydney are going to be more informed this season, but I think maybe Carlton put up a bit of a fight because it's the first game of the season, even though it wasn't really the case last year with Richmond. I'm going to predict Sydney to win this one by 13. More face cam. Oh, move. Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, true. Didn't even think about that. Oh, let's move it to the other side, I reckon. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Just move it to that side there. Yeah, it's good. Alright. Swans 107 to 55. Yeah, everyone, happy birthday. Suns v Cat. Fuck, we got a stacked opening round to come. I think Suns will be one of the best teams in the league this year. They'd almost... I would have them top 4 this year. Cats coming off a grand final loss, but they're still going to be heavily in form. Close match. At home, though, they're pretty strong at home, the Suns, and we'll go 5 because of the new inclusions as well with Ugle-Hagan and Petrarca. Then we got Giants, Hawks. Even though it's at Sydney Showgrounds, I think the Hawks will be better. They're probably a top 6 side. We go Hawks by 23. Opening round, Bulldogs v Lions. Fresh of a flag, home game. Dogs will be mid this year. And I think Lions will win by 29. Then we got my game, Saints v Pies. MCG, but it's the Saints home game. The Saints have got a few new recruits. Collingwood with a lot of injuries heading into opening rounds. I think a few of those players should be back. Darcy Moore, I think, is the only confirmed out. Maybe Jeremy Howe's confirmed as well. But yeah, lots of injuries. Nick Dacos copped an injury in training this week. I'm shocked he hasn't been ruled out of the Legends game just yet. But I don't know. It'll be interesting this game. I think Pies will probably be favourites heading into this game, but the Saints will be the more likely winners. We'll go Saints by 12. I'm at Meek on Monday. Fuck, that's actually kind of ironic. The Meek Mondays, bro. I need to bring back the Meek Mondays. Please be nice to Essendon. I know they look shit, but probably can do something this year. Yeah, keep German. Let's go, Dogs. Alright, then we got the famous Carlton v Richmond game. Mate, who fucking knows? I think I should be back in Carlton this time round. They got a few new recruits. They're not going to be a great team this year. I'd still probably have them bottom 4 or at least close to that. But I think I'll back them this time round against the Tigers. But probably a close-ish game. We'll go Carlton by 9. And that somehow puts them in the top 6. It's only early though, so that's not going to be how it goes. Essendon v Hawks. Not even going to debate that one. We'll go Hawks by 41. 41. Dogs v Giants. Ooh. Yeah, I'll let the chat choose. Everyone, put in the chat now who you think will win this game, and whatever team I think is being chosen the most in the chat will be the team that I tip. Alright, so obviously Dogs, Giants, both very similar in skill. Obviously the Giants with a few new recruits. I don't really know what the Dogs picked up during the off season besides I think a first round draftee or something along those lines. Giants picked up Oliver. They're not really informed Oliver, but Dogs, mate. Dogs. Yeah, people saying Dogs. Alright, we'll go Dogs by a little bit. Go Dogs by 11. Cats v Freo. Freo should be alright this year, but I think Cats will be better. Obviously, we know how strong they are at GMHBA. We'll go Cats by 18. 3 goals. Swans v Lions. Despite being at the SCG, you got to go to the Lions, I think. They could start the first 10 weeks undefeated, the Lions. Now, Pies v Crows. I understand that Collingwood do. I think Collingwood have the most injured players on their list at the moment. It won't be. I'd hope it's not the case by round 1, but at the moment they do. So players aren't going to be at their fittest. The Crows coming off a minor premiership. Pies are predicted to fall a bit, but the experience might get them over the line here. And obviously we have a good record against the Crows at the MCG. I think we've won the last 10 or something at the MCG against the Crows. So obviously we got that with us. And we know how to beat them too. As much as I want to pick us, I think I'm going to go after the Crows. We'll go a close one. We've got Crows by 3. So breaking that drought. North v Port, we're going to go North by 47. No, I'm just kidding. Can I go back? Fuck, I actually don't think I can go back. That was a joke, but I actually don't think I can go back. Oh, I can. Yeah. Put by 14. Degs v Saints. We'll go the Saints by 19. Sorry, Coast Club. Can you go more than 65? You can't, but we'll go. I think the max is 66. Is it? It can go 60. You can go 67. That's for next time, alright? You can go higher though. What's the max? Oh no, I think you can go to 100. Alright, Hawks v Swans. Oh, MCG though. Hawks by 7. Hawks are first. Crows v Dogs at the Adelaide Oval. You'd think the Crows go over the line. Obviously, a few new recruits in Archie, and obviously the young guns are coming up. Dogs haven't really got too much going for them this season, and I think the Crows should win another game. Tigers v Suns. Now, you think the Suns, right? You think the Suns with how skilled they are, but last year at Marvel, it was the Tigers who got the upper hand against the Suns, and I know the Suns typically play pretty poorly at Marvel Stadium, so that's a bit different. But I just, the Tigers could get over the line here. Upsets are bound to happen. Upsets are definitely bound to happen. And I think, didn't the Tigers beat the Swans 2024 as well, and Swans finished first, so you really never know with upsets, and Tigers are one of the main teams over the last few years who have been known for their upset wins, but you're going to go the Suns here, and you're probably going to go by decently high margin. Suns by 37. Giants, we've got the Giants taking on the Saints. This is at NG Stadium, which gives the Giants a slight bit of a home advantage. I think the Saints are going to be good this year. I reckon despite people saying that they're going to finish high this year, I think they're going to finish higher than what people are actually saying they will. And I think the Saints will get over the line here. And we'll go a bit of a thriller. We'll go for the Saints by 1. And that puts the Saints in the top 4. Now we've got Freo v Melbourne. Go Freo by 28. Don't really have to get too in depth with that one. Now the Adelaide Oval, we have Essendon taking on Port Adelaide. And I honestly wouldn't be shocked if Essendon go winless this season. It's very rare for a team to go winless in an entire AFL season. But I wouldn't. If any team is going to go winless this year, I don't think it'd be West Coast. I don't think it'd be Richmond. Definitely don't think it'd be North. I think North are out of the bottom 4 this year. But I definitely see Essendon doing it. I just don't think there's many teams that would be able to lose to Essendon. I think West Coast will beat Essendon when they face off. Richmond will probably beat Essendon unless there's a bunch of injuries. Same with North Melbourne and any of the other poorer teams. Maybe they get the upper hand on Anzac Day somehow. But I'll go Port here at the Adelaide Oval. Never tear us apart. We'll get them over the line. And we'll go Port by 33. Suns wide 90 to 29 over Eagles, you reckon? Suns by 36. Yeah. Suns will be good this year. Suns will be very good. And here we go. Perth Stadium, Optus Stadium. Got West Coast v North. Fuck, this is a tough one. I'm going to let the chat decide this one just because it's two teams that aren't going to be great. If I had to choose, despite being at Optus, I would say North Melbourne. But I think this is a good one to get the chat involved because this one could really go either way. I think someone would probably come down to bias. Obviously, Coast Club and Brazer would probably say West Coast. Well, anyone else might go North Melbourne here. But at Optus Stadium, Fidget reckons Eagles will get over. We'll wait for a few more inputs. If we're going to get any more. No, I think we'll take Fidget's answer. Oh, Jason's chipped in with the North. And so it's Just Footy. So that's the majority. North win by 12. That puts him in the top 10. Cats v Crows. I think the Crows won't be as good as what they were last season. I think the Cats will be still fighting for that flag. And we'll go the Cats here. We'll go Cats by 8. Was that at the MCG though? No, that's Cadinia. What's going on, Bob Bell? Hope you're going well, brother. I don't even care what anyone says. At Marvel, Collingwood against the Giants. Collingwood don't play at Marvel often, but the home game, Giants. I think we're going to be a better team than the Giants and the Pies. They're not going to go. They're not going to go 0-4, are they? Surely not. Or 0-3 because they've had a bye. So I will go the Pies. We'll go Pies by 13. 13! Can you believe it? He's kicked 13. Now here's a chance for an upset. Lions will be favourites going into this one, but Saints undefeated. So is the Lions, and obviously the Lions had that bye though, so that's something you take in play though with their undefeated sort of aspect. At Marvel Stadium, they're going to be so strong at home, and the Lions will be the favourites going into this one. But I think this is a chance for an upset. I think the Saints did beat the Lions in 2024 with that's when the Saints were not even close to their best. But how have West Coast lost to North, Jesse? Well, they're not going to beat North, you wouldn't think. I don't care if it's that Jesse. It's not a game. West Coast are up to win there. I'll back. Yeah. I probably will back the Saints here. We'll go. I want to go the Saints. Oh, but they're bound to lose. Chat decides. First chat I see. Riley's saying Lions. Alright, Lions is going to win by 22. So that was his exact prediction. Then we're going to go Freo by 35 for our sneak into the top 6. Essendon v North. Like I said before, I just don't see a world where Essendon... I just don't see any teams that Essendon will successfully defeat. And with North Melbourne, me thinking they're going to jump up a little bit more. They're coming fresh off a win. It's at Marvel Stadium. It's Essendon's home game, but obviously North, their home ground's Marvel Stadium as well, so they got lots of experience there. And I think this one could be down for a thriller. Go North by 3. It's legit our first opportunity to win of the season, first and only. Freo 134 over, yeah. Now round 3, we've got Port v West Coast, and look, you'd think Port win this, and somehow Port are gonna get 3 wins to their name in round 3. So that's going to be Port by 16. Looks like they've got a pretty simple fixture to start off the season. We've got Melbourne v Blues. Okay, obviously, who have Carlton picked up this year besides obviously Will Hayward? They got Will Hayward in their side. Who else did they pick up this year? Well, Melbourne, they're only losing stuff at this rate. They've obviously lost Petrarca and they've lost Oliver. Which, look, let's face it, Oliver was well and truly out of form, but it's still a big loss. Obviously, they've got Stephen May who wanted out of the side. They just wouldn't let him. And I feel like their forward line's pretty crap. They've got Keziah Pickett's cousin who's been picked up in the draft, and I don't know if he's any good, but I guess he'll be put to the test. Please tell me Essendon haven't won yet. They have not, and you actually cannot. Do you want me to move? Because you can't see the ladder either. But if I have my camera on the other side, you can't see anything else. So what we will do is we'll actually move me down a bit. Here. Hold on. We're going to move me down to the bottom corner. We're going to move me to about there. That's good. We'll move me there. You should be able to see everything now. Blues by 1. I feel like I'd go the other way. I honestly think I'd go the other way. I reckon Melbourne win this. But nah, you'd go Blues, I think. Blues probably got more going for them. We'll go Blues by 4. Now here we go. Here we go, everyone. I feel like... Now the thing is here, you'd think Lions win at the Gabba as well, but for the last 2 or 3 times we've versed them at the Gabba, we've won. And I think... When was the last time the most recent time we versed them, we did lose them, but I think the last 3 or 4 times before that we have beaten them. So out of recent games, we've got a good record against the Lions. But you just think Lions would be too heavy your favourites. But maybe they've got a bit of a premiership hangover going, and with a bit of drama going on at the club, maybe that will be holding them back a bit. You'd think Collingwood will have the better midfield that day. Controversial one to say. I don't know. I just like I said with the injuries and stuff. I think Brisbane should be able to get over the line. And I think Collingwood won't really have that spark until maybe round 10 when their players are fit and healthy. So I'm going to go Lions by 18. Now go North v Carlton. I'm going to back North here. I genuinely think North will be decent this year, and somehow they're in the top 5. I don't know what I've done. Somehow they're in the top 5. Now I can't see. It's the best I can do, mate. It's the best I can do, unless I make my camera a lot smaller, but I want you to be able to see my beautiful face, if you feel me. Adelaide Freo at the Adelaide Oval. I'm going to go the Crows here. Is this Gather Round? No, Gather Round's round 5. Yeah, besides it says MCG there, so it wouldn't be. Doggies in 13th. I wouldn't be shocked if they finish around that mark, honestly. maybe a little bit higher, but they're not making top 10, I wouldn't have thought. MCG, Richmond Ports, is this a chance for an upset maybe? I think so. I don't think Port are going to have too good of a season. I don't see them making top 10. They've done well to start off the year, giving Port fans a bit of hope, but I think Tigers will pull off a bit of an upset here at the MCG as well. Go Tigers by 10, sticking them out of the bottom 4. Look, it's that Optus, but you've got to go to Swans here. They're going to be an alright team. We'll go Swans by 24. That's giving them a 2-2 record. North Melbourne is so high, but they've had an easy fixture to start off the year, and I think they're all realistically winnable games. It's only round 4 as well. Yeah, they're not going to finish that high, trust me, mate. Oh, the Christian Petrarca clash. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, Gold Coast v Melbourne. Huge fucking game. And Melbourne Demons home crowd. This is almost a game worth buying tickets to. I almost might go to this game. I almost might go to this fucking game. This will be crazy. Look, I think, generally because of all the controversy, not the controversy, but because of the whole Christian Petrarca junk, I think Melbourne are going to put up a fight here. I don't think they'll win. I'm pushing heavily towards the Gold Coast Suns side. I just think with all the home crowd, people getting into Petrarca's not going to be on his A game, and I think the Suns I think the Suns do win. I've got Suns by 15 points. It was one upset Sydney. Nah, they won't. Here you go, Just Footies. Here's a Bulldogs win. Go Bulldogs by 31. That pushes them up a bit higher. Oh, Easter Monday. We have got Hawks v Cats. This one's for you guys to decide. I'm not deciding this one. Two of one of my I love these teams. Like after Collingwood, I don't even know who my second favourite team would be. It'd probably be between either Cats or Hawks or North. I do like North Melbourne. It'd be between them 3 teams. I don't even know who though. Like they're both going to be so. I think these 2 teams will be so similar in skill. Hawks are top 4 at the moment. Well, Cats only got 2 wins. Damn, who won last year? Who won last year? Was it Cats? Did Cats win? I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did. Cats, people are saying Cats will go Cats by 10. Bit of a closer one. Putting them in the top 6 now. This is the one that Crows will get dubbed. Gather round. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Gather round. The Mason Cox clash. Collingwood v Fremantle. Now, Freo, I don't think will be a horrible team. I think last year was their year to absolutely peak and be an astonishing team. I think they'll still be alright. I wouldn't be shocked if they were a sneaky sniffer a top 6. They should make top 10. But that's the same with both of these teams. They're both sort of sitting in sort of the mid category. Collingwood have only got 1 win, and they are yet to lose a gather round game. They've never lost a gather round game. Collingwood, obviously, they bet St Kilda the first year. Second year, they got the dub against the Hawks, and just most recently, they bet the Swans. They love playing in big games, Collingwood. They very rarely lose big games. 2025 prelim final against Brisbane, but no. I think Pies will get over the line here, and I would expect that most people would agree with me here. I'll back a close game because I think this probably will be game of the round. Look, when looking at the matchups, I think this probably will be game of the round, or maybe the Port Adelaide game. I don't know, but we'll go Pies by 9. North v Lions at Barossa. How the fuck are the Lions at Barossa? Let me say that for starters. But also, Lions drew against North last year. They drew against North last year. North are going to get better this year. They're going to be a lot better than what they were last year. Obviously, Lions know what to prepare themselves for, knowing that the Kangaroos are going to put up a bit of a fight, and they know that they're going to be strong. You'd just be silly to tip North, though. And I know no team has the home ground advantage, but you'd just be silly to tip North and go Lions by 22. And that officially puts the Lions in first place. Absolute dull game of footy coming up, but I do think Melbourne will win. Melbourne by 18. Whew. Do we want to... Nah, everyone's just going to say Suns anyway. I go Suns by 10. That puts Suns back in first. Hawks v Doggies. I think Jack Ginnivan will kick 5 this game. Nick Watson will kick 6. And I reckon Mario Cho will kick 7. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. Nah, but in all seriousness, you'd think Hawks get over the line. I think the Hawks will be a better team than the Doggies. Dogs are in top 10 at the moment, top 10 territory. Well, the Hawks are in top 4. I don't know. I feel like the Hawks are probably a better team. I don't know if I'm overrating the Hawks heading into 2026, but I just think the Hawks will be a lot more informed. They've got a more skilled team, and despite people in chat saying that they think Dogs will win, I just don't think they will. And I think, hold on, what the fuck is going on here? Sorry, chat. What's that saying? Yeah. Anyway, what's people saying? I fried you in Rocket League. Get out of here, Blue Man. No, you didn't, bro. Like you cooked in that shit. No. Hawks by 10. Hawks by 15. Sadly, I think go Eagles with an upset. Go Eagles by 35. Nah, we're not doing that. We'll go, just for the memes, we'll go Cats by 67. And then we'll do the same thing here with the Giants. Why not? Get them out of the bottom 4. Port v Saints at the Adelaide Oval, obviously the home ground advantage. But gather rounds, I feel like despite Port Adelaide being the home team, there's no home games in gather round, let's face it, alright? Even if you're versing an Adelaide side, there's no home games, alright? And that's why I think Saints will win. I do think Saints will win. The new recruits, people are backing them so much, and fucking Port have done well enough to start the season so well. And I know they want to get over the line in front of a home crowd, but they're just not going to. We'll go Saints by 13. The Hill will absolutely go off that night, that's for sure. Carlton v Collingwood. It's typically a good game. They've played some pretty big games over the last few years, but I think Pies are much more in form, and we'll back them by 26. That's putting the Pies even higher on the ladder. Cats v Dogs, go Cats by 23. Now the Battle of the Bridges. Sydney Swans taking on the GWS Giants. Here we go. I'm saying the Swans. What's everyone else saying? What's everyone in the chat saying with this game? I'm saying the Swans, but I want to get everyone else's input here. I think Charlie Curnow is going to have a huge year this year, and that's going to really boost the Swans even more, and with a bunch of other recruits and all that junk. And I think we get another year of Chad Warner like we did in previous years, and the same with Heaney, and Gordon's an up-and-comer as well. It's going to be huge. GWS, you're saying? Swans? Next decision is the winner. We've got one saying the Giants, and we've got one saying the Swans. So whoever the next chatter is, that'll be the decision maker. Well, low-key, we got 3 in fucking chat, so I'm going Swans. Here we're going to go the Suns. What do you think of Sarong signs a... Did Sarong sign a 7-year deal? Was that today? I haven't seen that. Was that today? When was that? Let me see. Caleb Sarong. Oh, he has 2. Yeah, that was today. No wonder I haven't seen it. I haven't been on Instagram much today. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That actually happened while I was at footy training, so that's why I haven't seen it. Yeah, you go Hawks here. Hawks by 40. Ooh! Adelaide. North Melbourne. Versus the Tigers at Docklands. They're both on a 1-4 win ratio. Obviously, North Melbourne higher with percentage. This is a brain buster. Fucking blockbuster, I mean. Not brain buster. But it's a brain teaser, maybe? No, I don't know. But this one's hard to tip. That's what I'm trying to say. This one is not an easy game to tip. Look, both teams not too great at football. And what am I looking at? They do not have the same win ratio at all. Who was I looking at? I was looking at Melbourne. Richmond are 1-4, North Melbourne are 3-2, so they don't have the same winning ratio, but I think North win anyway. Despite being at the MCG, we will go to the Lions. Lions are 36, and now we have the Derby. The inaugural Derby. Now, I'd honestly say the only chance of West Coast getting a dub would be in this scenario. In a big game. A big game like this one. One where it's almost like it's almost any game. Now, I feel like with big rivalries like this, it could generally go either way. And honestly, fuck it, we're tipping West Coast. They're going to get a win. They're not going to go winless all season, West Coast. They're just not. It's just not happening. It's not happening. Alright? I know they're not going to be great. They'll probably be bottom 2, and I think they'll stay at 17th for the rest of the stream. But I just don't think I just don't think they're going to go winless this year. And I feel like if their only chance at winning a game this year would be against a team like Essendon, a team like Richmond, or Fremantle Derby. So Freo 105 to 89, but West Coast. If I'm being serious, West Coast should win. And when round 7 comes along, I will probably tip Fremantle because they just should win. But for the sake of the stream, I'm going to tip an upset. Dogs, fuck it. And I'll go Richmond as well there. Hawks v Suns. York Park, is that UTAS? Is York Park UTAS? Can someone confirm that for me in the chat? Is York Park UTAS Stadium? I'm probably moving more towards the Suns in this scenario, but if it is at UTAS, maybe I go the Hawks. Maybe I do go the Hawks if it's at UTAS. Someone let me know in the chat, where's York Park? Is that Tassie? Is that Tassie? It might be. Maybe I might just search that too, because I know we're on a long delay. We're on a pretty big delay. So York Park. Yeah, it's Tassie, UTAS. Alright, fuck it, maybe we go Hawks. Go Hawks in a close one. Hawks by 3. Now we've got Anzac Day, the big rivalry, the big son from the west of the town. We got Essendon v Collingwood. You definitely got to say Essendon. No, you definitely got to say Collingwood. Sorry, especially after last year's performance. I feel like Essendon were a little bit better last year, and not better than us, but better than their current form. And I think considering they still got smashed last year, and Collingwood despite not being as good last year, I feel like the skill gap between Essendon and Collingwood last year is probably the same heading into this year. And I'm probably going to go Pies here. I'm going to go Pies by a big one. Pies by 40, putting them in the top 6. I think Pies are definitely going to be around that top 6, top 10 to top 6 range the entire season. So we're really going to have to work to miss out on the wildcard ranks. We don't want to play in that. We want that week rest to fire up heading into finals. So it's good if we can make top 6. Adelaide Oval, Port v Cats. We'll go Cats by 28. I was thinking it was Tassie. I didn't recognise the name. I'll go Freo because it's at Optus. Then we'll go Saints there. I think we'll go Lions in this scenario. We're going to go Giants. And now, round 8, Hawks v Pies. Chat will decide this one. Now, last year, we faced off against the Hawks twice. The first time round, Pies smashed Hawks by 50. The second time round, Hawks smashed them by 50. So, it's pretty even last year. Obviously, the year before, we fucking got thrashed. Doesn't matter there. I mean, maybe Pies coming fresh with a win. They got a bit of that momentum running through their veins. But yeah, Hawks only have the 1 loss. Pies have the 3. I think this would be around the time where the Pies team is starting to get a little bit more fit. But that also might be when the older players start to drop off a bit more. So I'll let chat decide. Jaden's saying the Hawks. I'm back. How's it going? Good to see Adelaide in 5th. Yeah, you probably take that, honestly. I think yous will be sort of in the same boat as Collingwood in the sense that they're going to be fighting for that top 6. Yeah, people saying the Hawks. I'm going to go the Hawks by a little bit more. Go 23. At Marvel. Dogs feet. Freo. I'm probably going to go Freo. Freo by 19. Now we got the showdown. It's good to hear. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to have a guest on the stream in a moment. In a moment, there will be a guest on the stream if he picks up. There will be a guest on the stream. I like you don't think he's picking up. I like you do not think he's going to pick up this call. You're not going to pick up this call. Wait, hold on. Call him on a different platform. Hold up. Call him on a different platform. I don't think he's answering. He definitely sees the call. He mustn't be up at call right now though. It's alright, we won't bother him. It was Jaden O'Callaghan I was trying to call there because obviously his team is the Crows, but it doesn't matter. We'll tip this one ourselves, and I think the Crows will win. Obviously, a huge rivalry, but I think the Crows a bit more informed. Go Crows by 13. It was actually you, Jaden, but it's a bit too late now. Here we go. We got SNMV Lions, even though that Dockland's going to go. The big old Lions there. West Coast v Tigers. Do you want chat to decide this one? Nah, it's going to take too long. Go West Coast. West Coast at Marvel. At Optus. Now we're going to go... Hold on. How many goals for Jeremy Cameron here? How many goals for Jezza? How many goals for Jezza here? Kicked 11 against them last year, but no, we go Cats by 50. Maybe Jezza kicked 6. Yeah, Charlie Curnow. No, not Charlie Curnow. Charlie Curnow does not play for the fucking Saints. He's so stupid. Tom DeConing Cup. Tom DeConing Cup. Can you believe it, everyone? How big? Nah, you're all good, Jaden. You're all good. Obviously, it's both teams' sort of home game. It's a bit of a neutral home game, even though it does say it's the Blues' home game. It's obviously, Saints play all their home games here too. Yeah, maybe next Crows game I'll give you a call, Jaden. Next Crows game I'll give you a call back, alright? So just stay tuned, alright? How many wins do Eagles have? They've got 2. 2 wins. You're currently in 16th. But I think you can see you're in 16th. You just can't see the wins. I'm going to go Saints here. Swans v D's. We'll go Swans. In this scenario, you're going to go Suns. Jesus Christ. Battle of the Queenslanders. First and second. Gold Coast and Brisbane. How exciting. Ooh. And Optus. I think if it was a Hawks home game, I'd probably move towards them because I think they're going to be a better team than Fremantle. But Optus, the home crowd. Jeez, this one's rough. Who the fuck did we beat? I tipped you against Richmond and then I tipped you against Fremantle. I tipped you against Fremantle. I call next game. Easy. I'm going to go Freo. Freo by 9. And that actually doesn't change their ladder position at all. This is where we go. Lions, Port v Dogs at the Adelaide Oval. Fuck it, we go a draw. Or do we? What's chat saying? What's chat saying with this one? Port v Dogs. Big game. Big game for both teams. Look where they're sitting. 11th and 12th. I know it's still early in the year, but neither of them have proved that they could be a top 10 side. And I think getting this win will we'll knock the two of them into the. Either one of them into the top 10. So it'd be pretty big. That's a bold cold tipping against Freo. Just because it's the derby, I'd probably tip it when the game actually comes around. I'll probably tip Freo, but I don't know, just the derby. I thought I'd tip you. Why not? Port. People are saying Port. Yeah, Jaden, stop RHing Coast Club there, mate. Stop RHing Coast Club. Yeah, we go Port. That puts Port in the top 10. North v Swans at Marvel. Swannies. I'll go Giants in that situation. Who are we saying here? At people's first, I'm going to go. I will go the Suns. MCG. Is this the round you were talking about maybe coming down Coast Club? Because I swear when you were talking about it, you said Cats and Pies play that round. I personally want Dogs, but I think Port. Just the thought of Collingwood getting revenge after the last year's game. But I just feel like the Cats always get the upper hand against us. So go Cats by 12. Go Melbourne to beat West Coast. Richmond to beat... No, I won't go Richmond to beat Adelaide. We'll go Adelaide to beat Richmond. Grand final rematch. The first time of the year, the grand final rematch. This time round, it's the Lions who get their home game. And I think they're really gonna stick it up to the Cats yet again. I think after that qualifying final, the Lions just really took it personally, and they're just not gonna let the Cats beat them ever again. And the Lions currently being undefeated all season, winning 9 straight games. I just don't think the Cats are gonna be the team that's gonna kill them. Now, Swans v Pies. I don't care what anyone says. Pies will win that game. Pies will win that game, and they probably will actually be similar in school this year, the Swans and the Pies, but I think the Pies will win. This will be where the Suns get the dub, this will be where the Crows get the dub, and this will be where the Hawks get the W. Now, Bulldogs v Carlton, back at Marvel. Dogs will be favourites. Dogs will probably be favourites. I'm sorry, Coach Star, I didn't know you would type that too. Damn. I'll go Dogs. Dogs make the top 10 officially. This will be where Freo get the win. Saints will win there. We'll go Giants to beat the West Coast. Hawks v Adelaide. I'm going to this game, I think. Is this in May? Round 11. I think I'm going to this game, actually, in UTAS. I'm going to Tasmania this year, and this will be the game I will be attending. I'm hoping for a close one. Obviously, conditions aren't typically too good in Tasmania, so obviously conditions aren't usually too good in Tasmania, so it'll be a low-scoring game. Wouldn't be shocked if both teams score under 60 points, or definitely under 70. Who knows? Fuck it, we call Jaden. We call Jaden. You're finally getting your call, Jaden, alright? Jaden is the decider. Whoever he says is the winner. Unless he says a draw, that's fucked if he says draw. Mate, he said he would answer. He said he would answer the next call. Come on, bro. He fucking declined it. He declined it. Oh, no, he's coming back.
What's he saying?
Jaden.
G'day, mate. Sorry, I had to stream on before, like literally 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, all good. Hawks the Adelaide, Tasmania. Who are we going here?
Despite them beating us the first time, I wouldn't have faith in my own club. I know I should, but both 8-2 record to start the season. That'd be really helpful, but
Tough match.
I just don't see us beating Hawthorn at UTAS.
Yeah, pretty hard to.
I think Hawthorn will win in a very close one like last year. I think they'll win by 5 instead of 3.
All right. Thank you for that, Jaden.
No worries.
Appreciate you. Thank you. There you go, guys. Hawks with a dub by 5. Oh, Richmond v Essendon. Is this Dreamtime? Is this the Dreamtime week? Would be. It'd be around this time, so I'd assume this is a Dreamtime game. Essendon v Tigers. Essendon is still winless for the entire year. If there is any game they are to win this year, it's probably this one. The big rivalry against a very poorly informed club. They've won. They've played 10 games, lost all of them at the moment. All right, the Tigers only have the 2 wins. Who wins Dreamtime, ladies and gentlemen? Put in the chat. Who wins this game? Who's going to get the W? Who is getting the W? Look, even though chat's deciding this one, I think if I had to choose, I'd probably go the Tigers, maybe? I don't know. Richmond? Go Richmond then. Richmond. Freo v Saints. Ooh, 6th versus 7th. 6th versus the 7th. Maybe In Perth, like obviously I would say St Kilda would be the overall better team, but in Perth, home crowd, I'm gonna go Fremantle to win this one. Fremantle move up to 6th. At Marvel, we've got North Melbourne taking on the Suns. The Suns hate playing at Marvel. They struggle so much to win games at Marvel Stadium. Obviously, they lost to Richmond last year, lost to Essendon the year before. And that's when their finals were on the line. Honestly, North could pull off an upset here, and I think they're a lot better this year as well. A lot better of a team this year than what they were in previous years. But look, they've started the season off 9-1, Gold Coast. So I don't think their second loss of the year is going to be against North Melbourne. No one can upset Freo and Perth, yeah. Feel for you, Jaden. Anyway, we're going to go Suns here. I think simply because of how poorly they play at Marvel, it won't be an absolute smashing, but they win by an okay amount. We'll go Suns by 22. We've got the 2022 Grand Final rematch. We will go the Cats. Then we'll go the Pies by 86 or 88. Port v Blues. I'm going to go the Port Adelaide Power. They move up to the top 10. Giants v Lions. Sydney Showgrounds. Lions are undefeated so far this year. They have not lost a game all year. And I don't think they're going to end it at the Giants. I think Dogs will beat Melbourne. I think this is a tough one. Round 12, we're midway through the year. We've got St Kilda taking on the Hawks. St Kilda taking on the Hawks. Tough matchup. Hawks are in 4th. Saints are in 7th. But Hawks only have 2 more wins than them. What are we saying? What are we saying here, guys? I think... I don't know what I think. At Marvel... Hawks play the occasional game at Marvel, but they're more an MCG team. Oh. Jesus, guys. Give me on for Eagles v Dons. Alright, I will. Even though I already know who you're going to tip. I will give you on. What do we reckon, guys? Saints v Hawks. I'd almost go a draw. St Kilda upset. I wouldn't even say it's much of an upset if they were to win. I wouldn't even say it's much of an upset. You know, I don't even care what the chat says here. I'm going draw. I think every year there has to be at least one draw, and I think that's the only draw I've tipped so far. I feel like most of the time there is at least one draw throughout the year. And that's why I've gone St Kilda with the first draw of the season. MCG winning the Cats. And the winning of the Swans. And I think the Lions will beat Fremantle. They go 12-0. Previous years, the Dogs have been able to put up a bit of a fight against the Pies, but I think Pies will win this one. They'll move up to 7th. They're slowly ranking up. Collingwood, like I said, they'll probably stick between the 10th and 6th place on the ladder this year. Now we've got Melbourne v Giants. Is Traeger Park Alice Springs? Or is it Darwin? No, that's not. It's not. Traeger Park. Oh no, NT. Alice Springs, yeah. Well, what happened last year? Did they win last year in Alice Springs? I can't even remember. Did they win in Alice Springs last year, Melbourne? I don't know. I think Giants win anyway, though. Clayton Oliver finally gets to face off against his ex-side, and I think he'll put on a bit of a show. So we'll go Giants by 5. West Coast v Essendon, we'll get Coast Club on. He said he wanted to get on for this one, so we will get him on. Coast Club. Coast Club's making an appearance, everyone.
Hello.
Yo.
Hold on. Alrighty.
Big game.
So
17th versus 18th. West Coast v Essendon at Optus Stadium, round 12. Who we backing?
Alright, so wait, how much wins do Eagles have again?
They got 2 wins. Essendon have 0.
Alright, so obviously both teams shit start to the season, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Eagles had a way better start, but it's at Optus. I feel this is a very, very winnable game for West Coast. And if they want to prove that they are starting to build up a good side, I feel like this is a game that they 100% have to win. And I'm not just tipping us because I feel like this is a 100% win that we need to do. I'm tipping us so Sammy GSC doesn't give me shit after the game.
Well, he's going to that game, isn't he?
He's going to the game with me.
Oh, okay. It's even worse.
Even worse. So yeah, West Coast by, let's say, it's always close between these two clubs, so I'll go...
Liam Ryan last year.
I hate you.
How much did you say?
5.
5, and
Eagles by 5.
that'll move you up to 15th.
Yeah!
Alright, thank you for that, bro.
See you, mate. Good.
There we go. Now we got Adelaide v Cats. Adelaide overall, I'll go Cats. I'll go Adelaide by 7, I reckon. That'll move them up to 5th. You reckon Eagles will smash the Bombers? Really? Well, I think the Hawks will smash the Dogs, and we'll go Hawks by 40, and they move up to 2nd. In Bunbury! North v Freo in Bunbury. There's already been teams who have upset Fremantle this year, one being West Coast. In Bunbury. I know Bunbury's closer to Perth than Melbourne's, but the North win this. The North win this. I think they do. North by 6. North win that by 6, I reckon. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Gold Coast only have 1 loss. Brisbane undefeated. And I think Suns get over the line here. At People's First Stadium, it's their home game. If any team was to win against Brisbane, I reckon it'd be the Suns this year. The Q clash. Suns win by 7. And now Brisbane have officially lost their first game of the season. I think Port will beat West Coast. SCJ, I'm going to go the Swans here. Yeah, I thought I had to give Lions the loss there. I didn't think they'd go undefeated. But speaking of undefeated, here's a team that has not won a game yet this year, and it's Carlton v Essendon, and I think Carlton will win. So Carlton will move up to 14th. King's birthday clash, we've got Collingwood v Melbourne. Typically a close game. I think the last 2 years, what was the margin last year? So obviously, I think, so we versed them twice last year, round 24 and then King's birthday. I think round 24 we won by 3. And King's birthday, I reckon we won by under a goal as well. Or maybe it was 7 point. I don't know. But it was close the last 2 years. I just don't think Melbourne will win here. Pies, though, by 15. At Docklands, Dogs still fighting for that top 10. They're going to come into this game very, very strong. Adelaide won't be nearly as good as what they were last year. They're going to be fighting for that top 6 position. And I think Dogs will pull off a bit of an upset here. We'll go Dogs to move up. Cardinia Park, despite how strong the Suns have been this year, I don't think they're going to go out here and smash the Cats. I think it'll be a bit of a closer game. It could go the Suns here, maybe. But I don't think I will. I think Cats will win. They're too strong in Geelong. They're too strong. Here's a Melbourne win, I reckon. Then we're going to go North v Eagles at Optus Stadium. So despite it being North's home game, it's technically West Coast. But I still think North will win that. I do think North will win that game. Now here's an interesting one. Port v Swans. We're going to go Port to win this. Oh, do we? I don't think we do, because I don't see Port Adelaide as a top 10 team. I definitely see the Swans being a team that will finish higher than what's they're in right now, which is only 9th. Hold on. which is only 9th, and I think they'll win by 9. We're going to go Brisbane there. We're going to go Saints. We're going to go Fremantle at Optus. Now, this is where we got to go the Suns. Suns will get another dub. So will the Crows. I think Giants will beat Carlton. Collingwood v Port. You'd think the Pies. Here's Richmond v North. We haven't had chat decide a game in a little while. We're going to let chat decide this one. Richmond v North. Melbourne at the MCG. Simply because it's at the MCG, would I say Richmond's? Maybe. I don't know. I think I'd still go North Melbourne. I think I still would go North Melbourne. Simply because they're probably going to be a better team. But that'll put... Would that be... No, I was going to say that'll put North in top 10. It won't. In fact, I don't even think it'll move them up. No, it'll move... No, we'll put North in top 10. We'll put North in 10th if they win this. But this will also take Richmond out of the bottom 4 if they win. So big game for both teams. Even though it's more of a big game for North. Jaden's saying North, and Jaden's the most reliable source. So we'll go Jaden. They'll put them in 10th. I think St Kilda will beat the Dogs. I think the Lions beat the Swans. I do think Carlton will beat West Coast, and I think we should smash the Tigers. We'll go Pies by an absolute thrashing. Hawks should beat the Giants. North beat Essendon. North. Sorry, Essendon, you're not going to win that one. And now we've got the showdown, but you'd think the Crows win that anyway. Jeez, they're fighting here. Collingwood jumped to the head of Adelaide, then Adelaide got the jump, and they jumped straight ahead. Oh, this is the chat one. At Optus Stadium, we've got Freo v Suns. I actually don't think I've tipped against... I don't think I've tipped against Freo this year at Optus Stadium, but I tipped West Coast against them. Gold Coast, by my predictions, have been the better team, but I do think Freo at home are very strong, so it'd be hard to just instantly tip the Suns here. So whatever the chat thinks is what I'll go here. Most reliable, that's something I would have never heard from you. Suns, Freo. Majority are saying Fremantle. We'll go Fremantle then. Essendon v Saints. I think Saints will win this game. They're probably the better team. And Essendon are 0-16 right now. 0-16. They're yet to win a game. Kardinia Park. Big game. Big game heading towards the end of the season. I think this game earlier in the year I predicted Brisbane. I think they already faced off, and I think I did tip the Lions to win, but that was obviously at the Gabba. Geelong, I don't think I've tipped against them at Geelong at home yet this year, and they could win. They could win. Bulldogs percentage is trash. Well, yeah, you've only won 6 games, mate. You've only won 6 games, bro. Lions, you're saying Lions by 30, you reckon? You're saying Lions by 30, but this is in Geelong we're talking, mate. In Geelong. You're saying Lions by 30. Don't hate that prediction, but I do think 4-10-1 plays 11-4. I think the Cats, they're going to be wanting to secure a home final, and I think they do anyway, don't they? No, I don't even know. I don't even know how the wildcard round works. But Suns will beat the Pies at Manuka Oval. Manuka Oval. Giants will be Fremantle. Giants in 11th. Fremantle in 10th. Giants really want to scrape in that top 10 before finals time. Brother. This is hard. This one's hard. Oh, I'd say it's almost draw-worthy. I'd almost say it's a draw. Lions come. Yeah, I guess. I guess so. Whatever chat thinks here. No, you know what? I've got a better idea. Hold on. I've got a better way of predicting this one. Predict this game for me. Alright, ChatGPT is going to be predicting this game of football. Round 17, Manuka Oval, Giants v Fremantle. ChatGPT is currently analysing, and who have they said? All right, Jesse, GWS v Fremantle, Manuka Oval. Freo are sitting at 8th, 9 and 6, while GWS are 11th, 6 and 9. So from Wise, the Dockers have the edge, even though it's technically a home game for the GWS. Manuka can be unpredictable. Fremantle's midfield depth should control the tempo. I'm tipping Fremantle by 18 points. Close earlier. Dockers pull away in the third quarter. If you're turning this into content, Freo too clean around the contest. Giants won't keep up the 4 quarters. Alright then. Anyway, so we're going to go Fremantle win that by 18. Hawks in Melbourne. I think Hawks will win. Brother. This one's not easy. This one is not easy. I do think the Blues will win though. Despite last year, and I think I predicted Carlton to beat Richmond round 1 anyway. Despite what happened last year, Richmond did show that they can beat Carlton. They're definitely capable of it, and I think they're definitely capable of winning it here. But Carlton, even though it's unrealistic, they still can technically make top 10, and this is honestly a must-win. They can't be affording to drop this game, and who knows, maybe they'll make a late run for top 10. So we're going to go Carlton. Sydney v Dogs, I think Sydney will win, especially at home. They're going to be too strong. That's the same deal with Port Adelaide. West Coast v Adelaide, obviously it's not going to be the same deal with fucking West Coast, are we so for real? No, we're going to go Crows to win that one. There's Brisbane, Carlton v Hawks. Like I said, this one's also, you'd argue, a must-win, but is it really a realistic win if I was to tip Carlton against the Hawks? It's also at the MCG, technically both teams' home game in this scenario, but you're going to go Hawks, surely. You're not tipping against the Hawks. You're not tipping against the Hawks here. Collingwood will smash North. That moves them in the top 6. I think that'll be... If it was in Geelong, I'd say Cats will smash the Giants. I'll still tip the Giants. I'll go Giants by 13. I think Melbourne will beat Richmond. I think Saints will beat Port Adelaide, especially at Marvel Stadium. That moves Collingwood out of the top 6. That means St Kilda will replace them. They've got the same... No, I was going to say they have the same win-loss ratio, but they only move higher because of that draw, St Kilda. So that'll be a handy draw, but it'd be an even handier win if they had that. That'll be the Dogs who beat West Coast. Then it'll be... Will it be Adelaide who defeats Suns, chat? Chat, who wins here? At the Adelaide Oval, round 18, both teams winning a home final. Suns sit at 3rd, while Adelaide sit at 5th. Suns have only won one more game than the Crows. This is at the Adelaide Oval. I'd almost say it'd be the Crows who'd go into this one as favourites, mate. I don't even know. I don't even know who'd be favourites here. I just think with the new recruits, it'd probably move closer towards the Suns. But, I don't know. Suns? People are saying Suns. Go the Suns to piss me off, lol. Well, you're encouraging me to go for the Suns. So, if an Adelaide fan is telling me to go for the Suns, I'll go for the Suns, bro. And that'll move them up to 6. So, the Queensland team's absolutely dominating the league this year. And I think Fremantle will beat the Swans here. Both teams have not yet confirmed a top 10 finish. And I think Fremantle will win that one. Collingwood will beat Carlton. I've accidentally just auto-tipped, and that is a very bad auto-tip. We do not want Essendon winning that game, okay? They have not won a game all season, and they will not win against the Giants, especially when Giants are still technically a sniff at top 10. So, there we got the Cats taking on St Kilda. You'd think of the Cats here, but I feel like the Saints always find a way to upset Geelong. I feel like the Saints always find a way to upset them. You just wouldn't be ruling out. This is probably the best team St Kilda have had over the last few years, for sure. Would they be better than the 2023 side? I'd probably say yes. You're going to go Saints. You're going to go Saints, and they move above Collingwood, so they're 5th now. We won't play top 4 finals footy. We don't have as good of a home and away list as last year. I agree with that. I do agree with that take. Suns win. Be interesting to see who finishes higher, Suns or Lions. I think North will actually beat Melbourne here. And when they get this win, they're 2 games ahead of 11th place North Melbourne. You did argue, when going through these, I would almost argue North Melbourne are definitely a chance for a top 10 finish this year, and not many would be having North Melbourne finish higher than Bulldogs this year. Not many would be, for sure. And you're not going to be having any scenario where Richmond beat Hawthorn, so you're going to go Hawthorn to beat that one. I think Sydney beat Adelaide at the SCG. I think they're going to be a very strong home side this year, the Swans, and I don't think the Crows will be as good of an away side either. So we're going to go to the Swans here. They moved 3 games ahead of 11, so they've almost locked in a wild card round. Almost. Adelaide Oval pushing for that top 10 finish. Fremantle haven't yet locked it in. Yeah, I don't even know, bro. They basically have, alright? And after getting that win there, I think they have. So then I think, obviously, Brisbane will beat West Coast. I think Brisbane have a pretty easy end to the season because they've gone ahead and versed West Coast round 19. Now they've got Port Adelaide at the Gabba round 20. Suns have got a pretty easy finish too. Got Suns versus the Blues. Go Suns to win that one. Battle of the Bridges. Both teams wanting that top 10 finish. This is almost a must win for the Giants. Almost a must win for the GWS Giants, and I think they'll lose though. I do think they'll lose that one. Hawks win. I've just tipped North Melbourne to beat St Kilda by accident. That's not going to happen. Saints move top 4. Cats finish now. Cats are now top 4, taking St Kilda's spot. Saints move down to 5th after getting that 18-point win against Melbourne. Dogs will move up a little bit higher. They move on to 11th. Crows v Pies. Crows 7th. Pies 6th. I want to be so biased right now, but the Adelaide Oval. At the Adelaide Oval. This is bloody tough. This is tough. Why aren't Sydney first? They low-key won't make top 6, mate. If I'm being honest, the Oct AFL, they won't. They just won't. They're going to be a good team this year. Don't get me wrong. You'd probably say they could make top 6, but I just don't think they will. And I think Crows will beat the Pies here, and that gets Pies out of top 6. Will Pies make a wild card round this year? Fremantle won't lose to West Coast twice in one season, so Fremantle will win. Pies move below Fremantle. Carlton v Brisbane. Brisbane will win. Pies v Cats. You're hurting me. You're killing me, AFL. You're killing me. Oh, it's going to have to be the Cats. I'm sorry. They're going to be so much better than us this year. Fuck off, Essendon. Get out of here. Suns will win. Hawks will win. Richmond will probably win, I'd say. Saints v Swans. Swans haven't locked in a top 10 finish. And this is a tough one. This is one they can't afford to lose, but I know St Kilda are going to be such a strong home side. They currently sit at 6, 13-5 and 1 draw record. 11-8. The Swans are currently. They've almost lost the same amount of games as they've won. I'm confident this year. I think you'll be good this year. Don't get me wrong. You'll be a hard team to beat, but I just don't think you'll be a top 6 team. First person to put in a prediction, that's who I'm tipping. First person to put in a prediction, that's who I'm going, alright? So I'm staring at the chat. First person with a prediction. Saints home game, keep that in mind. First person with a prediction. That's who I'm tipping, alright? 15 in chat, how many likes we on? We're on 20, that's elite. There's elite. If you haven't yet liked the stream though, make sure you drop us a like, alright? First person, just need one chat. Sydney, thank you, Shane. We're going to Swans here. We're going to Swans by 10. Almost locking in the top 10 finish. I'm going to go the Giants here. Going to make it a bit more interesting. And I think Fremantle win there. As do the Lions at the Gabba. And as do the Cats at GMHBA. Suns will get over the line here. I think despite being at the MCG, Fremantle have a lot more to play for. They want to get a top 6 finish, so they miss out on the wild card round, and I think they'll beat Melbourne. Now we got St Kilda v Carlton. Tom De Koning Cup 2 times. St Kilda will win that game because it means a little bit more to them. That puts them in the top 6. Sydney will win that one. I think Dogs should beat North Melbourne. Adelaide will 100% beat Richmond. Collingwood will smash West Coast. That puts them up to 8th again. Jeez, will Collingwood make top 6? A lot of bias might happen in this this final round. We're going to have... Ooh. Jeez, okay. So first place, second, the Q Clash. Chat's going to decide this one. Chat, who do we want to win this one? Who do you think's going to win this one? Round 23. Alright, top 2. Fighting for that minor premiership. Brisbane are first, Gold Coast are second. Gold Coast have won 18 games, lost 3, while Brisbane have lost 2 games, won 19. It's at the Gabba. Home game for the Lions. Me personally, I think I would be going the Suns here. I think I'd tip the Suns. So does Jaden. Jaden's saying Suns. Just Footy's saying Brisbane. Octa AFL saying Gold Coast. And that's 3 people who think Gold Coast will win, me included. So Gold Coast will win that one in the thriller. And you go Gold Coast by 1 singular point. Sydney will jump ahead Collingwood here. Sydney will jump ahead Collingwood there. Giants will win this one by 19. That'll put them in the top 10 officially. The Giants are officially in the top 10. Round 23. I feel like because of how big it... I'm going to pull some biased off here. Collingwood, when it matters most, that's when they show up. That's when they fucking show up. Look at Adelaide, qualifying final. We were written off. 2024. There's about 4 games left for the rest of the season. Collingwood had to win every single one of them and then hope that every other game goes their way in order for them to make finals. They won all 4 of those games. All 4 of those games. Just all the other games and the rest of the fixtures didn't go our way, so we missed out on finals anyway. And I think this is a must-win. We want to make top 6. It's a very important game. I think Pies will win. I think Pies will win that match. The Cats will win that one. Saints, I believe, will win against Richmond. You wouldn't think they'd lose that one. Dogs, I'd have getting the upper hand against Carlton. I would have... at the Adelaide Oval. I will go Port Adelaide by 14. At Optus Stadium, 6th place, 7th. Which means I think Collingwood can not make top 6. I don't think Collingwood can make top 6 now. I think they're guaranteed out of it, so it doesn't matter anyway. I think maybe a sneaky Dockers win to get them in the top 6. Maybe. What do we think, guys? Eagles have 3 wins, but I can't remember who I tipped them against. In round 22? Yeah, the biggest robbery of the season. I do remember that, actually. No, that's right. That's the game that missed us out. I thought all the other games didn't go away. No, that's the game that we missed out on. But that game didn't go our way because of the umpiring call. Now, I understand that we would have had to kick after the siren to win the game. And there was no guarantee that we would have kicked that goal. But 100% is a 50. 100%. I just think it was heat of the moment. Umpire didn't want to risk making the wrong call. That's why they didn't call the 50 metres. But then I guess you could make the same argument with North Melbourne earlier in the year as well. Dockers upset, we reckon? We're going to go to Dockers, alright? They move to 5th place on the ladder. MCG, Lions. Lions want that minor premiership, and I think Lions will win that one by 7. Fremantle will win. They move to top 4. I think Port Adelaide will beat Essendon. I think Geelong will beat Richmond. Western Bulldogs v Melbourne. I think Dogs will win that one anyway. It doesn't matter. Saints will pull off a upset against... at Marvel, I think Saints will pull off an upset against Gold Coast. both weren't called so fair. I think both should have been called though. I don't think it matters. At the end of the day, umpires should have called both of them. It doesn't matter. But that was 2 years ago. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. That's like when people bring up 2018 to me, like fucking mate, you're living in the past. That was almost a decade ago, bro. Swans will win that one. They'll go ahead to Collingwood. Adelaide, you'd think beat the Giants there, but it's not enough to get them into the top 6. And we'll go Hawks to beat Hawthorn. Hawks to beat Eagles there. So let's run through the AFL ladder. I will just move me over a bit more though. Just move myself over to the other side of the screen. Move me there. Yeah, it's good. Alright. Let's run through the AFL ladder, everyone. So in 18th, we have Essendon with 0 wins and 23 losses. West Coast, 3 wins, 20 losses. 16th, we have Richmond, 4 wins, 19 losses. 15th, we have Melbourne, 4 wins, 19 losses. Carlton, 1 more win than the D's. Finished 14th, 5 wins, 18 losses. North Melbourne, 4 more wins over Carlton. 9 wins, 14 losses. In 12th, we have Port Adelaide, 9 wins, 14 losses. Giants did miss out on playing in the wildcard round, finishing 11th on the ladder, 9 wins, 14. West Coast with an 11 and 12 ratio, finished in 10th place, and they will be playing against the Adelaide Crows in the wildcard round. Then we have the Collingwood Magpies, my boys, in 9th, 14 and 9. Pretty alright, it's an alright record actually. Swans, 15 and 8, in 8th place. 7th is Adelaide. The minor premiers from last year went 16th and 8th. Top 6, everyone. The thing that actually matters. Missing out on the wildcard rounds. Officially, St Kilda. What a season by them. In 6th place, 16 and 6, and 1 draw as well. Which I can't even remember who that was against. Fremantle in 5th. I don't know how they've gone that high. That will definitely not be the case with my ladder predictions, but they've gone 17 and 6. Hawks in 4th. Top 4. Probably doesn't mean as much as what it used to, but 17 and 5. Oh, well, they drew against the Hawks, St Kilda, because Hawks also had 1 draw. Geelong went 3rd, 18 and 5. Gold Coast, 19 and 4 in 2nd. And the minor premiers of 2025 is also the back-to-back reigning premiers is Brisbane Lions, 20 and 3. So, let's go through the finals, everyone. Let's go through the finals. We're starting off strong in the wildcard rounds. We've got Adelaide v Dogs and Swans v Pies. So, I think in the wildcard round, I don't even know, who did the Dogs pick up in the trade? Who did the Dogs pick up in the trade? Obviously, I know, I think the only Crows player they picked up, the only player that the Crows picked up, I think, was Archie. And Finbar. Finbar as well. But regardless, I think the Crows will be a better team. Anyway, I'd almost... They've been pushing for top 6 finish all season, while the Dogs just barely scraped in the top 10. So you got to go to the Crows there. Then we've got Swans v Pies. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, I want my Pies in the official finals, and I think they'll beat the Swans. I think the Swans are they're known for being pretty poor in finals, and I think that'll be the end of their season there. So now we have all the round 1 of finals. I don't care. Qualifier round bullshit. It's not actually round 1 of finals. There. This is the official round 1 of finals. So the 2 qualifying finals, we have Lions taking on the Hawks, and Gold Coast taking on the Cats. And the 2 elim finals, we have Freo taking on Pies, and Saints taking on the Crows. Now, we're going to start with the 2 qualifying finals, and then we'll move on to the elims. So, I think so obviously we start with Lions Hawks. I think based on how strong of a final side and how strong they were all year, 20 and 3 record, Hawks had a 17 and 5 record with the 1 draw. I believe that the Lions are going to win this game. I just think simply because of how impressive they have been throughout the season over the last 2 years, and they're obviously pushing for that three-peat premiership year. I'm going to do the Lions to beat the Hawks, and the Hawks will move on to the semis. Lions will get another week off in the as they made it to a prelim. They'll have the semi-final week off. Qualifying final, Suns v Cats. Now, second ever home Suns final at Optus Stadium. Oh, not at Optus Stadium. Why the fuck would the Suns be playing a home game at Optus Stadium? Am I stupid? I think the Suns will win this game, and they proved it last year that the lack of finals experience won't really come into play that much. Obviously, they bet Fremantle, David Swallow. I don't know why I did that. He's not dead. He's still with us. I do think Suns win that game, though. I do think Suns win. Now, let's chat predict the two Elam finals, all right? We'll start off with Freo v Pies. So everyone put in the chat now who you guys think will win Freo v Pies, and I'll just sort of give who I would probably be tipping. I think Optus Stadium, it's a hard game to win. They were so strong at Optus throughout the season. And I feel like it's typically a pretty close game between Collingwood and Freo. I think Lockie Schultz will kick it back against the next side. But and obviously Mason Cox, if he gets selected, maybe he probably won't play in the final side. It's probably a bit too much of a risk. I'm shocked we played him. And I think I'd probably be heading more towards the Fremantle direction. We've done well to win the wildcard round, and we've done well to finish this high anyway. We're not predicted to have an outstanding season like we did in previous years. Obviously, it's towards the end of the season where all of our older players are a bit stuffed. And realistically, neither team's going to go on and win the flag in this situation, you wouldn't think. And B saying the Crows, the Crows is not playing in this game. But I'm going to go Fremantle. I'm not going to be too biased in this scenario. If I'm going off based on what I genuinely do believe, I need to go more with my brain over my heart. And obviously I'd like for the Pies to win that game. But if I'm going more with like footy terms and my brain, Fremantle will probably win that game. Although low key, I don't think they'd fucking finish in top 6. Now that I say that, but I don't care. I think Fremantle win that game. Saints v Crows. Chat, you guys can decide this one. Show the table. There you have it. There's a few controversial ones. I'd say Fremantle would probably be participating in wildcard round. And you'd almost argue Dogs don't make top 10. Fremantle, you'd argue, probably finish top 6. I mean, Swans probably make top 6. But Essendon, you don't think go winless, but who knows? You think Essendon will not win a game? I don't see who they realistically won't go undefeated. If we're being serious, they will not go a full season without winning a game. That's just so unrealistic. But when going through the fixture, I just didn't really see many games where I think they would win. If I'm being honest. There was a few games where I think they were a chance, but I just was more favouring the other team. Collingwood 9th, yeah. People saying Crows, we're going to go to Crows here. Saints season does come to an end. That $2 million in Nick Coning was fucking useless. Semi-final, Hawks v Freo, home game, MCG, Fremantle, they've done well. They have done well to even get this far in the year. Hawks did finish top 4, 4th place. They only... I'd say it would have been a close game against the Lions if I had to actually predict a margin. I'd probably say about 10 to 18 points, 2 to 3 goal margin. And I do think the Hawks get the upper hand. Home crowd advantage will definitely help them get the upper hand. Semi-final, we get Cats v Crows. Big game, huge game actually. Crows played the wildcard round and they've won the two finals. Obviously, bet Saints in the Elim, bet Dogs in the wild card. Cats lost to the Suns in the qualifying. And with as good of a record as the Cats had, 18-5, and compared to the Crows 16-7, not too much of a skill gap there throughout the season. But I think at the MCG again, that's the thing that's really going to be favouring more the Cats, and we're going to have the Cats move on to a prelim final. And here we have a prelim final between the Lions and the Cats. Huge. They played some pretty big finals games over the last few years. Last year they played obviously in the grand final, qualifying final. The year before they played in the prelim. And I think, was it Was it 2020? No, it wasn't 2023. 2022 maybe, I don't know. They played in another big finals game as well. I don't know if it was a prelim, just a few years before that. So they played some pretty big games. Lions seem to find a way to win. They're a strong final side, that's what I'm trying to say. Such a young team with lots of talent. There are younger skill players like Logan Morris, obviously the Ashcroft brothers as well. I could probably name like Ty Gallop and shit, but they haven't really had too much experience. Didn't really put on too much of a show in the grand final either. But they're only going to get better from here as well. Who did they pick up in the trade? Nobody. Who did they get? Fuck, who have they got in this year? I know obviously they lost Devin Robertson, and Starcevich, but obviously they would have picked. And obviously draftees and stuff would. They tend to draft well as well, I feel, the Lions. So I think the Lions will have a strong win against the Cats here. Maybe not strong, but they will win that game. And I don't see a world... I do think what would you rather? Alright, I'll let chat choose the winner of this next prelim final between the Suns and the Hawks. This is going to be at Carrara. Why did I say Carrara? People's First Stadium. That's where the game will be played. Hawks... Now, so let's just run through what's going on. All right, so Hawks finished 4th, Suns finished 2nd. Suns won 19 games. Hawks won 17, but they did have a draw against the Saints. The furthest the Suns have ever made it in finals is semis. The furthest Hawks have ever made it in finals is fucking premiership. So Hawks definitely have the more finals experience, but obviously the Suns have shown last year that the lack of finals experience won't really bother them. I think a chance for a Suns v Lions grand final isn't unrealistic. It's definitely not unrealistic at all, especially considering on the ladder they were the two best teams all year. But who are you guys saying? I think the Hawks... I would say the Hawks win here. I know, like I said, the Suns have shown that the lack of finals experience won't really matter too much. And it is obviously at People's First Stadium as well, but I just think the Hawks will win. I just got a feeling the Hawks will win. And we got a grand final between the Lions and the Hawks. And look, if anyone ever asks me throughout the year, and everyone who has asked me over the off-season as well and stuff like that, I keep saying the Lions will win the flag, they will win the three-peat, and I will be tipping them to beat the Hawks in the grand final. I'm a tad bit late. Well, considering I'll be ending the stream in about 5 minutes, you definitely are too late. And there we have it, the Lions. Undefeated in finals, almost undefeated throughout the entire year. Only the 3 losses, 128%, absolutely huge by them. And Lions back-to-back premiership winners, premiers, whatever the fuck you want to say. But that's the ladder. 1st to 18th, I've run through the ladder again. 18th Essendon, 17th West Coast, 16th Richmond, 15th Melbourne, 14th Carlton, 13th North Melbourne, 12th Port Adelaide, 11th GWS. Top 10 is West Coast. No, it's not West Coast. Western Bulldogs in 10th. Collingwood, my boys, in 9th. Sydney is in 8th place. 7th place is the famous Adelaide Crows, minor premierships last year. Top 6, we have St Kilda rising heavily. Fremantle in 5th, which is just so unrealistic, if I'm being honest. Hawks 4th. Geelong 3rd. And the top 2 is the 2 Lions. Is the 2 Queensland Signs in Gold Coast and Brisbane. So that's the final brackets. That's the finals bracket. That's my Premier's prediction, and there's my ladder predictions as well. So there's that. If you've missed out on the stream and you just wanted to know a bit of context on why I've predicted this junk, these horrible predictions, if that's what some people would like to call them. I think they're alright. I think I've actually done alright for myself there. I think some of that majority of that's pretty realistic, all those finishing positions. And, I'll let everyone get your final chats in where you guys... Here's a talking point. Who do you guys think is going to win the flag this year? Don't take the piss and be like, West Coast or North Melbourne going undefeated. Like, be realistic. Who do you guys think is going to win the flag this year? If you were here, you would have seen why. How do you have the Bombers not winning a game? That's mad. Like I said, I don't think Bombers will go winless this year. I think they should win a game or two, but I just don't... when looking at the whole finals, looking through the whole fixture, I just didn't see a game where they would win. Their only real likely winners against West Coast. Like, that's probably the only game they could win for the entire year, I feel, unless you verse like an injured Richmond or North Melbourne side. But no, I think Essendon will struggle heavily this year. I wouldn't be shocked if they were wooden spooners as well. Go play this guy. Jeez, everyone's joining now. A bit late, but it's alright. I will end the stream soon, surely. So, people are saying for the flag, do you think Suns will go great this year? I do. I think they're a chance for the minor premiership. Play this guy, I reckon the Lions get the 3P. You reckon Gold Coast will win the flag? I rate that. I do rate the prediction. I don't know about the flag, but grand final bound is definitely on the cards. Katz says Bob Bell. Rate that. I don't know if they'll win the flag, but grand final is on the cards again, I reckon. Crows, I'd almost say is the most unrealistic of all the predictions so far. Gold Coast, their list is good, and they have Damien Hardwick. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, Damien Hardwick, big part of the Richmond Tigers sort of period where they were in their prime, I suppose you could say. And then once he left, the club sort of went to shit. I've had to deal with this rubbish drama from earlier. What, the thing that was going on before my stream? Is that still going on? I didn't realise it was that serious, but maybe I'll check it out after this. Anyway, I think I'll end the stream there, though. I've enjoyed this stream. Hope you guys did as well. A lot more streams to come now that we're heading closer and closer to the season beginning. I'm streaming almost every game in opening round, besides obviously St Kilda Collingwood, because I'm attending that game. I will be streaming this Saturday. The All-Stars, not the All-Stars, the State of Origin, pretty big. Can't wait, and I'll see you all in next week's content on the channel. Video